Comedian Dusty Slay is making his return to Springfield this weekend on the Blue Room Comedy Club stage, and he joins me now via Zoom. Dusty, what's up? How are you? Thank you for joining me.
All right, we're having a good time. Thanks for having me.
All right, Dusty, let's just start with this. A pretty simple question. Tell me about your specific style of comedy.
Well, it seems like a simple question, but I don't know. Some people say I'm like a redneck Mitch Hedberg. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I just really do observational comedy. I like to say that my comedy is relatively clean. It's the kind of comedy that if you're an older person with grown kids,
Uh-huh.
you both can enjoy my comedy. Or if you're like a 20, 30-year old and you want to bring your parents, you're both going to enjoy it. You're not going to be embarrassed about my comedy. It's going to be great.
Okay, I love it. Now, tell me, Dusty, who would you say are some of your greatest comedic influences?
Well, I think when I started comedy, I liked this album by Steve Martin called Let's Get Small. And I like Mitch Hedberg. I like Jeff Foxworthy, all those guys. So I think I'm a blend of all of that.
Okay, I love it. Lots of great people there. So I know you've had a few other job roles in your life, in your career. So why did you decide to heavily pursue a comedic career and elevate your stand-up?
Um, I just think it's fun. I used to sell pesticides, and this is better than that. I'd like to say that it just was always a dream to do comedy, but I was good at comedy, and I liked it better than selling pesticides, and I was like, let's do this.
Yeah, okay, interesting story there. Now, as I mentioned, you're returning to Springfield this weekend, and I know that you have a personal history of sorts with the Blue Room Comedy Club, so tell me a bit about that relationship.
Well, I feel like I came very early on when Blue Room was just still at billiards, but had just started at billiards. It wasn't even set up in its best way yet. And I don't know if you can hear Coco Melon in the background, but my
That's all
daughter
right.
is listening to Coco Melon here. Um, but yeah, I mean, I just kind of felt like my career's been on the rise as the Blue Rooms has been on the rise, and I've been coming there every year, and it's been really great.
So I also have heard that you are shooting a comedy special coming up very soon. So what kind of work goes into that, and what can fans expect from that?
Well, it's going to be really great. I mean, I'm coming through Springfield to, really work on it, try to put the final touches on it. And that's what goes into it, really. Just, you work for years, doing certain jokes, and you fine tune it. And then, you eventually decide, okay, this is the hour that I want to do. And you go out and you film it. And this is my first time doing this myself.
Okay.
I've done a half hour with Netflix. I've done several late night spots. So I filmed lots of things, but this is the first time I'm doing it myself, and the first time I'm going to be doing an hour. So I'm not exactly sure what all goes into it. I know it's hiring a lot of people and trying to put a lot of pieces together, but
Right.
thankfully I have good management that works a lot of that out for me.
Okay, all right. Well, sounds good. So as you mentioned, you've been featured on Netflix along with some of the late night shows, and you've been working on your own special, as mentioned. So what would you say is still on your personal bucket list for your career?
Um, I don't know. I feel like that I've done so many things that I wanted to do. Like I do the Grand Old Opry a bunch, and I love country music, so I love doing the Opry.
Hmm.
Um, you know, I don't know. I don't even know that I have a bucket list. I'm just very happy with what I've been able to do. I guess I want the special to be successful. I mean, that
Sure.
would be great. But other than that, I don't know. I feel good about what I'm doing. I'm just open to whatever comes next.
Okay, I love the optimistic view there. All right, so again, as mentioned, you're hitting the Bloom Comedy stage this weekend. What can audiences expect from those performances?
Well, they can expect to have a good time. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I just come in, I have a fun, non-offensive comedy that everybody can enjoy. I mean, it's not for kids. I'm definitely doing adult comedy,
Mhm.
but it's not dirty. It's going to be great.
Okay, I love it. Dusty, how can fans keep up with you online?
Well, my website is dustyslay.com, and on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, just type in at Dusty Slay and you'll find me.
All right, easy as can be. Dusty Slay, May 6th and 7th at the Blue Room Comedy Club. Dusty, thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you this weekend.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.